All right, today we're going to do multi-step equations. Okay, yesterday we did one step where we would add or subtract or multiply and divide to get x by itself. Today you're going to have to do both, add and subtract, and then multiply and divide. Okay, just a couple steps. It's not very hard. Okay, make sure you keep both sides equal. All right, it's easy to do. Draw a line through the equal sign, and so you know we got to keep both sides equal. Look at what's being done to x and do the farthest away from it first. Okay, x is being times by 11 and then subtracted 4. So we go in reverse of that. Okay, if we subtracted 4 last, we're going to add 4 first. Okay, it's kind of like order operations but backwards. So we add 4 to both sides. So we have 11x is equal to 33. Then we divide by 11 to both sides. X is equal to 3. Again, we shouldn't miss any of these because I can check my answer. Plug 3 in for x. 3 times 11 is 33. 33 minus 4 is 29. Easy enough. So I look at what's being done to a first. We're adding 7 and then we're dividing by 8. Okay? Because of order operations, we would do everything on top before we would do what was on bottom. So we're adding 7 and dividing by 8. So we go complete opposite of that. We times by 8 to both sides first. Then we're left with a plus 7 on this side. On the other side, you're left with 40. Then we subtract 7. A is equal to, anybody? 33. And I can check my answer. 33 plus 7 is 40. 40 divided by 8 is 5. All right, write this down. Okay, we're going to do consecutive integers. All that means is integers in accounting order, like 3, 4, and 5. We can represent that with variables. Okay, like n, the next consecutive integer would be n plus 1. The next consecutive integer after that would be n plus 2. All right, 3 plus 1 is 4, 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, so that's how we can label it using variables. If I want to do consecutive even integers, like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, then I would do n plus 2, n plus 4. Same thing with consecutive odd integers, like 1, 3, and 5. The variables wouldn't change, n plus 2, and n plus 4. So we're going to see a problem like this. It's going to say find 3 consecutive odd integers with a sum of negative 51. So write this down, and then we're going to find those 3 numbers. So I said the 3 consecutive odd integers, when you add them up, it says the sum. Okay, so we have n added to n plus 2 added to n plus 4 tells me that we get negative 51. So I need to figure out what n is, and then I can figure out what the next 2 numbers after that is. Everybody with me? Okay. So what we do is we add like terms, n, and n. How many n's do I have up there? 3. So 3n plus, and then I have 2 plus 4, which would be 6. Gives me negative 51. We solve for n. So I subtract 6. I go farthest thing away from n. So I subtract 6. What is negative 51 minus 6?
Look, I can't see.
Negative. Alright, so we have 3n on this side and negative 57 on the other side. I need to divide by 3. Okay. N is equal to what? What is negative 57 divided by 3? It's negative 19. So negative 19 is my first number. What would be my next consecutive odd integer? Negative 17. And then what would be my next consecutive odd integer? Negative 15. Okay, what we need to do is we need to add those up and make sure it equals negative 51. Check your answer. Alright? Negative 19 plus negative 17 is what? Negative 36. Negative 36 added to negative 15. Guess what that is? Negative 51. So those are my three consecutive odd integers. Alright, let's do this. Find three consecutive integers with a sum of 21. Write this down. So, three consecutive integers. So I've got n. My next consecutive integer would be n plus 1. I add that. My next consecutive integer would be n plus 2. Alright, and this gives me a sum of 21. It all adds up to 21.
Okay, I got this.
So I need to figure out what is n. Okay, and then I can figure out the next two numbers after that. So I've got add up like terms. N plus n plus n is 3n. 1 plus 2 is 3. So this is where I'm at. 3n plus 3 equals 21. Then I subtract 3. Shouldn't have. So we subtract 21, or 3 from 21, that is 18. 3n equals 18. We divide by 3. What does n equal? 6. So if I went consecutive integers, what would be n plus 1? 7. If I went n plus 2, what's my next consecutive integer? 8. Hey, do these add up to 21? Let's check. What is 7 and 8? 15. What's 15 plus 6? 21. Do they have a sum of 21? Yes, they do. So these are my three answers. You will have to have 3.
Okay.
Work.